Yes, I would like to tell you about our operation group. It's IQ Grape. We produce and work in Poland, in southeast part of Poland, in Lower Silesia region. And our operation group is connected, of course, with ideas of operational groups, but connected especially with wine quality. We are the new part. Okay, I will try to have more light on my face. We are the new country from wine production, and that's a very important part of work in orchard production, because in production of apples, we have no possibility to do some good quality apple more, and we need to do something complete different part of apples. That's the way our team from Department of Horticulture, in connection with a friend from Department from Economics, decided that we should do something with grapes. Of course, we have very good support in the university, because in our team we have 14 researchers, especially professors, some good laboratories, 2 experimental stations with possibility to establish experimental fields. That's the way that we decide to do some project with grapes production. The old name of this program was Innovative Technology of Production and Bottling Grape Wine, and the method of organization production as factor improving the quality of wine and products produced locally. What was the reason? The reason was that we decided that in some vineyards we have very, very good quality wine inside the vineyard, but if this wine goes to the bottle and goes to the restaurant or shops, the quality is going bad and it's not stability wine. That's the way that we decide to prepare project IQ Grape. We invite to our project 19 users, 19 partners of operational groups. It was really, really heavy work. That's the way that it was 5 levels of experiments, 17 winemakers with working vineyards. Of course, that we prepare the high budget, and we decide to do some experiment exactly in the working vineyards. That we established 70 vineyards, experimental fields in 70 winemakers. We buy the car, it's like lorry, and organize the new type of mobile bottling line. It's really important because in Poland we don't have this bottling line, not as a commercial work. But we also decide to organize the bottling line with all necessary compounds in Poland, that we have, of course, filling bottle by wine, but also using something like banderola, it's like fee, taxes information, and of course with label. Of course, we buy some machinery to production of vineyards and winery. Part of them was buy in university, part of them in the vineyards. Plant material for established experimental fields, construction to these experimental fields, meteo stations that we use all the time for using and check what was changing in this our climate during this time. And of course, we can possible to buy for people of work and do experiment in different cultivars, rootstocks, method of production in every part and every vineyards. That's our consortium. Of course, the leader was university, but we also have 2 organizations. The first was Polish Horticultural Society, and they help us to promote this operational group, and Ośrodek Doradztwa Rolniczego. It's the support from management in agriculture in Poland, and of course vineyards. Location was like here, it was 17 location. In every of this location is working established experimental fields, works normal vineyard who produce wine, and works our meteo station. That's the possibility that we received a lot of sources and a lot of important information. And now we are preparing all the time on the university documents and research papers about this project. How about our bottling line? It looks like that. It's everything what we need to do with ready wine. If the wine is ready and possible to go to the bottle, we start from cleaning the bottle with using the nitrogen inside the bottle, give, of course, extra clearly wine and prepare everything with bottling, with using cork, of using the capsules for the wine. Now we are work, of course, in this time our line is working every day, and every day we're visiting different vineyards and work with winemakers. Of course, now it's not only the experimental groups, it's also different vineyards and winemakers from Poland. For example, now this line is working close to Warsaw and preparing wine from our different OG project from Winorośl. And now I can show you it's from the different part. Okay, maybe on the end of my presentation I will show you, because it's the part of marketing of this grape producers. Of course, we decide preparing this project that we have some problem with quality of wine. The first is problem with viticulture, with good practice in fertilization, practice in plant protection, practice in finding the good term of grape harvest. That's the way that we decide to check how they do in this 17 vineyards, in this part of vineyards, and how they should to do it to have better grapes. Of course, we start our experiment from establish this experimental field and check these working vineyards. As you see, not everywhere this part was perfect. On the left side, you can see that we are working with some machinery who prepare how it's about oxygen changes in grapes, and of course you can see a lot of weeds and problem with high level of humidity in vineyards. Of course, some part of new field from established experimental plots is perfect, but in different plants you see something like that. That's the way it was the first factor what they need to do, that in our climatic condition we should have the good grapes for wine, because our climatic condition, our level of humidity, level of rain, type of soil gives completely different results. That's, for example, in the south part of Europe. Of course, we are looking about these experimental fields, but we allow every winemaker to decide which type of grapes they would like to do it. And of course, we prepare some samples to do analysis in laboratory. So, of course, we check every year soil, leaves, fruit, and wine from bottling wine and from traditional method from bottling. Of course, the effect should be improving the quality of grapes and wine, better soil management, especially in the young vineyards, balance sustainable fertilization and plant protection, and increasing biodiversity in the vineyards in grapevines. This result goes well, and now all the time we have the result of this project. We produce and prepare new projects in this field, and we work with this method that we received during our process. Of course, as I said, in our part on this 70 location, we do the material station. Of course, it was during the COVID time. It was some kind of problem how to do it, not to meet with people and establish this 70 experimental fields. But it goes for the success. That was okay. Of course, all the time, every day I can check. Today also, how is the weather in different parts, how is the low temperature, about winter frost, about small frost in the springtime. And we all the time work together with this operational group. Of course, as you see on this slide, our work during the project was very, very nice, because every winemaker decide to give us some part of samples of their wine. That it was, of course, wine tasting in every part of work. It was, of course, every day in the high temperature, watching about eventually needed plant protection. That's the way that we spend a lot of time together to do it. In the same project, we produce something like local wine marketing. It's like vino from Lower Silesia. And we, of course, describe this label. And partners of our operational group can use these labels to their wine. We decide which cultivar should be the best from preparing as a local Lower Silesia line. And of course, we produce and prepare one place when we can sell all wines from our operational group. It's like drink Lower Silesia wine. It's connected with internet shop from one of our participants. That's the way now we sell by this canal maybe 25% of wine produced in these vineyards. Of course, we received a lot of data, and we produced some important information to the research papers, for example, about quality, time of maturing, behavior of grape bushes in the vineyards. The same we shoot which grape varieties Polish producers would like to use in these vineyards. Look, it's some part of them are traditional grapes, but most of them are the PV cultivars, resistant for fungal disease because it's cheaper and more sustainable. And of course, we are looking about possibility for changing quality of wine after using our bottling line. Of course, we have some nice time, but we also have some problems because large operational group gives the high problem with making decision. Of course, different members has different interests. Some technical problems, for example, how to receive 19 signatures after documents to our national department. This was quite problem. And of course, it was really high level of work together. But this large operational group generates some part problem. Till today, we also have the Viticulture Analysis Center. We work with soil, plant, and must with fruits. And we also support all winemakers, of course, from operational group and from different parts of Poland, with receiving good quality of grapes and soil. Yeah, and that's all. Of course, the result of this project, our next project, it was finished in this year, is like alternative technology of grape production using innovative biological preparation. And I hope that in the next part of operational group connection, we also prepare some new project. Thank you.